Askreddit thread. If someone says, tell me a joke, what is the first joke you tell them? Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out, man. A Buddhist goes to a hot dog stand and says, make me one with everything. When the guy hands him his hot dog, the monk pays and asks for his change. The vendor replies, change comes from within. Then the monk gets angry and pulls out his gun. The vendor claims, whoa, whoa, what about inner peace? And the monk replies, this is my inner peace. A man walked into a bar and stayed there my entire childhood. 2 men walked into a bar. The third one ducks. Quack. And God said unto John, come forth, and ye shall have eternal life. But John came 5th and won a toaster. But John came last and had to eat the biscuit. Ugh. But John came over the odds and became the champ of WWE Super Slam. The whale joke. I won't type whale. It's all vocal delivery. But 2 whales are in a bar. One turns to the other whale. Whale noises. Vowelly and oddly pitched. Shifting register. Changing volume as long as you can. I can go 30 seconds or longer. Make string faces, hands on your cheeks, and over your lips to modulate it. Sell it. Act like you're done. Then, and the other one says to him, dude, you go home, you're drunk. I actually have a video of this on my jokes channel. It's a lot funnier if you actually just say it out loud. My roommate used to tell this joke to everyone he met, except instead of 30 seconds, he would just take a breath and keep on going for 5 minutes every time. I love the guy, but if I ever hear him start to tell that joke again, I'll choke him out on the spot. So that's the whole noise the giraffe make while throwing up joke. Husband takes a wife to a disco. There's a guy on the dance floor giving it large, breakdancing, moonwalking, backflips, the works. The wife turns to her husband and says, see that guy? 25 years ago, he proposed to me and I turned him down. Husband says, looks like he's still fucking celebrating. Huh. Keck. The most accurate representation of him. So a guy and his family walk into a hotel. The guy walks to the front desk and says to the clerk, I hope the porn is disabled. The clerk gives the man a nasty look and says, it's regular porn, you sick fuck. A vacuum cleaner salesman knocks on a woman's door. When she answers, he dumps a pile of shit on her carpet, saying, ma'am, if my vacuum can clean that shit up, I'll eat it myself. She replies, well, I hope you're pretty damn hungry. The power went out this morning. The classic, I know a really good knock-knock joke. You start. Knock-knock. Who's there? Crickets. Laughter. A grasshopper sits at the bar and the bartender says, hey, we have a drink named after you. The grasshopper says, you have a drink named Steve? The shepherd was herding his flock into a remote pasture when suddenly a brand new BMW advanced out of a dust cloud towards him. The driver, a young man in an Armenian suit, oh my god, I know how to say that word, I just can't say it right now. Ray-Ban sunglasses and YSL tie, leans out the window and asks the shepherd, if I tell you exactly how many sheep you have in your flock, will you give me one? The shepherd looks at the man, obviously a yuppie, then looks as peacefully grazing flock and calmly answers, sure, why not? The yuppie parks his car, whips out his Dell notebook computer, connects it to an AT&T cell phone, surfs the NASA page on the internet, where he calls up a GPS satellite navigation system to get an exact finalized location, which he then feeds another NASA satellite that scans the area in ultra-high resolution photo. The young man then opens a digital photo on Adobe Photoshop, exports it to an imaging processing facility in Hamburg, Germany. Within seconds, he receives an email on his Palm Pilot that the image has been processed and the data stored. He then accesses MS SQL database through ODBC-connected Excel spreadsheets with hundreds of complex formulas. He uploads all this data via email on his BlackBerry, and after a few minutes receives a response. Finally, he prints out a full-color, 150-page report on his high-tech, miniaturized HP LaserJet printer, and finally turns to Shepard and says, you have exactly 1,586 sheep. That's right. Well, I guess you can take one of my sheep, he says to Shepard. He watches the young man select one of the animals and looks on amused as the young man stuffs into the trunk of his car. Then the shepherd says to the young man, hey, if I can tell you exactly what your business is, will you give me my sheep back? The young man thinks about it for a second and says, okay, why not? You're a consultant, says the shepherd. Wow, that's correct, says the yuppie, but how'd you guess that? No guessing required, answered the shepherd. You showed up here even though nobody called you. You want to get paid for an answer I already knew, to a question I never asked, and you don't know crap about my business. Now give me back my dog. Palm Pilot. Old joke indeed. Oh, that was unnecessarily long. It doesn't really add to the joke either.